Hello and welcome to another Top Table Gaming Unboxing. I'm TTG Sam and today I'm joined by Mitch.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for being here.
That's okay.
Mitch is one of the Legion players here at Element and has kindly donated, brought along his Blizzardforce Battleforce for us to unbox for you all today. If you'd like to crack that open, break the seal. I know you've been desperate to get into it.
I've been very good leaving this on the side for 2 days.
Yes, thank you very much for doing so. The Blizzardforce Battleforce is designed to represent the Empire's forces at Hoth, primarily, and also represent Blizzardforce as it was in the lore. I believe it was actually a legion in the Galactic Empire. So it's kind of cool that they've done Hoth. So in terms of units, let me grab that. So you're going to get Darth Vader in his Commander version. You're going to get 2 sets of speeder bikes. You're going to get 3 sets of snowtroopers, and you're going to get the almighty ATST. I think Vader's in there.
Vader's in here, yes.
So everything comes in bags. We're not going to show the minis off in too much detail because you've seen them all before. These kits are some of the oldest in the range. Pretty good. Did you miss his lightsaber?
No, his lightsaber is there. They haven't messed up and cut his lightsaber off.
Perfect.
No, he is there.
One thing I immediately noticed out the box that is a bit weird is that you get Darth Vader instead of General Veers. Veers was the leader of Blizzardforce. Obviously, Vader was at Hoth, but this is the same Vader that you get in the starter box, and also in the May the 4th bundle. If anybody got those, so a little bit interesting.
I think they want us to all have about 4 Vaders.
I mean, yes. When I eventually get this box, I'll have about 6 Vaders, and 4 of them will be this Commander version. But still, Vader is a very good for new players. So we got the token board there. Does it look like anything's missing?
No, they've actually got that right. Yeah, Commander 3 forces, 2 of those. One of those.
ATST, cool.
All the other tokens that you need.
Perfect. So they haven't messed that one up. A brief glance, all the bits seem to be here for the minis, which is always good. Again, like in the clone box, they've gone away from the coloured bases for each faction, just gone for the generic grey ones. I understand why. It saves them money on printing. You also get, which I think this is my favourite thing that they do. You get these awesome posters.
Yep.
It's basically the box art.
Yeah.
Nice. No instructions with this one, but all these minis are push fit.
Yeah.
Even the ATST, which while you don't have instructions, it can be daunting. It goes together very easily. Mitch is going to build Vader for us now.
Actually, let's put his arm on first.
Yeah, I was watching someone else build the ATST without even following instructions. It's very simple. If you apply a bit of common sense to the build,
we'll get 1 Vader.
Perfect. Also, because these are the older soft plastic, you should use super glue to assemble the minis and also stick them to the base. But because they are push fit by the bikes, you don't actually need to use super glue if you don't want to. So perfect for the new hobbyists. So yeah, the bikes require a little bit more.
There's a few.
A little bit more assembly and a little bit more fiddly. But if you're super gluing the snowtroopers and Vader and the ATST together, then it shouldn't be too hard. It is also worth noting that on the back of the box, if you look at the poses of the speeder bikes, it shows you the ones you get in the starter set, but these aren't the ones you get in this box. You get the ones from the individual expansion, which is basically the 2 guys riding forward.
Which is a shame because the guy pointing over his shoulder is nice to identify as the leader. It's not a great pose, but it does allow you to identify the miniature better.
I agree with everything you just said. I'm currently painting up a couple of sets of speeder bikes, and I've had to paint some stripes on the leaders who are zooming forward, so that, as you say, you can identify them. But yeah, everything seems to be there.
It does,
which is good. No missing parts. AMG have been notorious for missing parts and poor quality control. But everything seems to be there. I think it's 3 snowtroopers per baggie.
Yeah.
And there's 7 snowtroopers per squad. You get 2 special weapons and the 5 guys. Yep, 5 guys.
Because there's the flamer, the all-important flamers.
Yeah.
And there's the other heavy weapon, 3 of each.
I love the look of the ion gun. Like they got massive rifles. So I definitely might run some ion weapons.
Yeah.
As a clone player, I never get to use ion, so it's quite nice when I swap over to the Empire and I have access to ion.
I think it's an underused weapon.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I don't play it enough.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it should be used.
So I think we've gone through most of the minis. It's worth noting that you can have the unit cards. It's worth noting that the ATST has a lot of posability. Like all of the joints go together without glue, but there's enough given them that you can pose it. So you can have it standing really tall, you can have it running, you can have it really low. However you want to pose your ATST, you can do that.
Sure.
So we'll go through the unit cards. Right, so the unit cards. I've not seen anything about any errors, but it'd be interesting to go through and see if there are. It looks like we've got all the snowtrooper cards. Interestingly, they've given us 3 frag grenades. Do you want to talk about the snowtrooper
Yes.
flamer combo?
The favourite combo for the snowtrooper: full unit, extra man, but you put the flamer in, which gives you a nice. Have you got the flamer guy there?
Here's 1 black.
He's 1 black, blast, so he ignores cover, but spray. So you're going up against a unit of B1s with their lovely 8 troops. That's 8 black.
Yep.
But what you then do is you drop 1 black, put in the frag grenade, which then gives you surge to crit. So you end up doing 7 black, 1 red, surge to hit, blast. It's it's the precursor where the Black Sun in the Shadow Collective,
yes,
and the combination that's appeared in that. It's vicious.
It's very nasty, and just to create that surge to crit, not surge to hit.
Oh yes, surge to crit.
Surge to crit, yes. So it's a pretty nasty combo. So for any new players, it's definitely worth trying.
Yeah.
And that works very well with one of the new Blizzard Force cards that we will get onto in a second. So in terms of the upgrade cards, you've got 3 Ion Troopers, which one of the special weapons. You've got 3 of the Flame Troopers, you've got 3 additional Troopers, and you've got the 3 frag grenades. You've also got a couple of copies of Recon Intel. You've got Force Choke, Saber Throw, Force Reflexes, and Aggressive Tactics, which I presume is for Vader.
Yep.
One thing that I mentioned to you that is really good, and I'll put it up on screen, is you get the Imperial Hammers pilot, which you don't usually get in the ATST.
No.
The ATST kit. You only get it in the GAV, like Land Assault Tank. I forget its full name, but it basically gives an Imperial ground vehicle surge to hit, which on a ATST where you can potentially throw 3 of each color dice is really good. Like, it's really, really good. But until now, if you wanted it on your ATST, you had to buy this other tank.
Yeah.
So the fact that they've included it when in, or appears in other boxes, they haven't included other cards.
Also, like on these, how this part comes pre-made.
Yes.
There's the ATST and a few of the other original miniatures from FFG came pre-made.
Pre-made.
Which makes it a lot easier for the build.
Yeah, 100%. I actually have a kit that someone ruined of these from Element that I was going to turn into a destroyed piece of wreckage, and I was desperately trying to pull this apart and couldn't. And now I see this one. Yeah, I know why. Do you want to go through the unit cards?
Yes. So unit cards, you get a nice Darth Vader, which if you've bought the core set, you will already have.
Yep.
But it's always good to have that. Very, very good commander.
Yeah, good commander. A little bit expensive. Worth noting with all these unit cards, bar the new Stormtrooper cards, some of these may be out of date because there's been lots of erratas. They haven't reprinted these cards to have the errata on. So if you are new, it's worth checking out one of the Army Builders or the Atomic Mass Games website and downloading the latest errata so you have the updated cards.
Yeah. All important, 3 sets of the Stormtroopers. Snowtroopers. Yes. I play Rebels, not Empire. This is to get me into Empire.
Yeah, I love Snowtroopers. I think they look so cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to paint up a few squads of these and have them running around.
Painting lots of white though.
Yes.
Well, no, they look good.
So Snowtroopers are steady, which basically means after they move, they can perform an attack action, which again we will get into when we come to a certain Blizzard Force card.
Then you've got 2 lots of speeder bikes, which are a staple of any Empire
Yep.
army and
Yep.
priority target. Cover 1, so they negate.
Yeah.
Speeder.
They're very quick. They each bike throws one of each colour dice, what's called a rainbow, and also has impact 1, and they surge to hit. So they're good against armor and infantry alike.
Yeah.
And what's quite good about Blizzard Force is they can take 4 units. Usually you can only take 3 units of what's called support, which is what the speeder bikes are. In here, you can take 4.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Scourge of the Rebellion, though.
Yes, they're going to be good fun.
Then the all-important ATST, which is just a lovely miniature, lovely card.
Yeah, I mean, I might even try and assemble this quickly and then edit it back in so it stood up, but it is massive. It is so imposing on the table. I have lost games of Legion because I've been intimidated by the ATST.
Yeah, me too.
I think this card is good. It's a beast. I hate the ATSTs, but I can't wait to use one myself.
And then the most important card of all, the new Stormtrooper cards.
Yes, so this is the heavy response unit.
Heavy response unit. So
And what's the difference?
This one,
to normal
you're
stormtroopers?
allowed to take 2 heavy weapons. Normally you could take a heavy weapon and a normal trooper. But on this, you've got flexible response 2. This unit must equip 2 heavy upgrades.
And it's worth noting that those are the only upgrades that you can take.
Yeah.
So you can't take a training, you can't take gear, or any other upgrade stormtroopers. Because usually they're also only a base unit of 3.
Yep.
But you can take 2 heavy weapons. They can't be the same heavy weapon in each unit because that goes against you can't have 2 of each upgrade.
Which makes buying the upgrade pack for the Stormtroopers really good, because
Yes.
otherwise you're left with there's the rocket launcher, which is cumbersome, which means you can't shoot it if you've moved,
and the DLT, which isn't too bad. It's range
Yeah.
4, 2 dice. But yeah, picking up the Stormtrooper upgrade pack will give you an extra 2 special weapons.
Oh, you can be so versatile there.
yeah.
I don't want to go up against that,
No,
especially with their precise one and unhindered.
yeah.
Unhindered's a new one on that.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Yes, they did get unhindered, which basically means they ignore difficult terrain, which is really good. Basically representing the stormtroopers who are at Hoth, being a bit more hardy than their non-Hoth brethren. And these are special issue Blizzard Force. You can't use them outside of the Blizzard Force Battle Force.
Yeah, no, they look actually really good.
Other than that, they are the same. You get
Vader's cards.
Vader's 3 command cards, which you all know and love. If you are going to use Vader, it's probably worth picking up his operative expansion because you get another 3 command cards for Vader.
Yep.
And I think I prefer the operative pose rather than just.
Then the 4 standards.
Yep, you get the four standard ones. We all know these: push, assault, ambush, and standing orders. Everyone has about 8 copies of those, but it's nice to give them to you because if you are a new player, very good. And then we get into the meat. The reason why everyone pays over £100 for this box set,
And
really.
these are horrible. We'll start the 3-pip. Debark for ground insult.
So before we get into these command cards, so each of the battle forces get 3 unique command cards. I'm gonna do that again. Each of the battle forces get 3 unique command cards, kind of as a reward for taking a restricted force organization. You get access to 3 potentially powerful, if not fun, command cards. So yeah, we've got the 3 Empire ones here, and while you can print these off if you buy the box, you get them in official card form, which is really nice.
That's what we like.
So yeah, the 3-pip for the Empire is debark for ground assault. It's 3 units, Blizzard Force only. Each friendly core trooper unit that is issued an order using this card gains spur. Now, what spur is when you perform a move, you can take a suppression to increase your speed by 1. So your speed 1 snowtroopers who have steady can all of a sudden go speed 2. And they could do that twice. Yes, they'd take 2 suppression, but who cares? They could move twice and then shoot at the end, which is something not many of the units in the game can do.
No.
And as the flamer is only range 1, you can get that flamer into
Too
range
close.
a lot quicker. And in addition to that already really powerful ability, the weapons of each friendly core trooper unit that is issued an order using this card gain suppressive, which is an extra suppression when you shoot. So you're going to be running forward, putting down hopefully lots of fire and suppressing the enemy, which will tie really nicely. Give me the 1-pip first.
You want the 1-pip?
I'll go for the 1-pip. So this is called Unrelenting Fire. It's 2 units, which is unusual for a
1-pip.
For a 1-pip, usually 1 pip is 1 unit. And this is enemy units cannot remove more than one suppression during their rally step. So if you combo the 3 and the 1, you put a load of suppression on them, then they can only remove one the next turn. Potentially, the enemy army isn't going to be doing any actions.
Empire at its best puts down a lot of suppression.
Yes.
So you put E-webs in there as well,
Yeah.
with their suppressive barrage generator, and you start adding that to it. It's going to be horrendous for suppression.
I mean, in fact, you could tag team the Master of Evil, Darth Vader's command card, which is basically when he activates, every enemy trooper at range 1 to 3 against 3 suppression, and then if they don't roll it off, you play the 1 pip, and you can only take one of them off.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
You've
gross.
and if you're unlucky enough to have somebody, or lucky enough to have somebody who puts War Weary,
yeah,
it is War Weary where you
war weary or hostile environment. Both of them are bad if you have suppression. Yeah,
and then you throw the 2 pip.
The 2 pip, which is overwhelming barrage. Empire players rejoice everywhere because they get a beam weapon. So once per round, at the end of the activation of a friendly commander unit, it may perform an attack using the following weapon. Range 4 to infinite. I love 4 to infinite. It's where you stand in the corner and shoot anywhere. 4 black, surge to hit, and it's blast, beam 1, immune deflect, and suppressive. So it's ignoring cover. It's beam 1, so after you've hit one unit, you can hit another unit at line of sight and at range 1. It's immune deflect, so those pesky Jedi aren't going to be pinging it back at you. It's surge hit, so if you haven't got an aim, you probably hit it. And then suppressive, so you put 2 suppression on two units. Like, the 1 pip, weirdly, is probably the least broken out of the 3. Or not broken, the least powerful.
But it's 2 units, where normally
It's
your
2
1 pip
units.
is 1. So
the overwhelming barrage is also 2 units, which is nice.
They're very, very strong.
Very, very strong. If you play this and you have, say, Veers as your commander, and he has Surge to Crit, you can pick which one you use. You probably use Surge Crit. So that's everything you get in the box. I made a list using a lot of the stuff in the box. There's a few extras. So personally, I think I've gone for General Veers. He's an additional expansion, but he's about £15. You can get him from our affiliate links. It will be down in the description, Element Games or 7th City Collectables. I've got General Veers. He has a couple of upgrades. He's got electro binoculars because one of his things is passing out aims. So if you can pass out aims to your vehicles or to your snow troopers, very nice. Strict orders to start giving up suppression. Command and presence to issue at range 1 to 4.
Yeah.
I've got 2 units of the busted snow trooper combo. So flame trooper, snow trooper, recon intel, so they get a free scout move before the start, so they can get even further up. And obviously the frag grenades. I've got 2 units of the heavy response stormtroopers, which is the maximum you can take. And with these, I've gone for the DLT and the RT97C
upgrade pack,
which is so you get the RT97 in the upgrade pack. Now each of those 2 units are the same. I've gone for the range 4. I think it's something like 3 red, 3 white dice at range 4. Which is quite nice for stormtroopers. You know, 6 dice at range 4, combined with the ground assault for suppressive and all the shenanigans. They can get aims and just stand there and shoot. I've gone for 3 units of speeder bikes, because why wouldn't you? She needs to get an extra set of speeder bikes, but I'd imagine if you're picking up Blizzard Force, you're probably picking up the core set or a couple of extra expansions. And speeder bikes are great. And then I've gone for the ATST with the Hammers pilot, the light blaster cannon, and linked targeting array. So when you order it, it gets an aim. It's throwing 3 of each colour dice at range 3. It's surging to hit on everything, and it looks really cool.
That list's horrible.
In
the nicest way possible. I do not want to go up against that.
And this is toned down. And this is 789 points. So you could add some upgrades. You could change it around. Obviously, this is using a Veers and 2 extra Stormtrooper upgrades. You could put in some of the other upgrades and just buy the 1 box of Stormtrooper upgrade box. You could take out a unit of bikes and put in a 3rd unit of Snowtroopers, because they're about the same points.
Yeah. But you've got a nice bid on there as well.
Yeah, I mean, 11 points is probably too much. But all in all, I love this Battleforce. Since picking up the Empire, I've held off getting an ATST, I've held off getting Snowtroopers, because I knew this box was coming out and I really want it.
I bought the May the 4th deal, went Empire to bolster my rebels and build an Empire army. Then I've been holding out for this to get the snowtroopers and build the rest of it. Now I'm going to start my Empire.
Definitely my favourite favourite Battleforce. You'll definitely see this on the table. You'll probably even see it when we get around to doing some battle reports.
If you're a new player and you're looking at this, you'd want to pick up the essential set to get the tools and the basics, which you don't get in this, but that'll give you the dice, the range tools, the movement tools, and then upgrade card pack 1 and 2 are useful because of the extra
upgrades.
general upgrades that you can get that you will find useful. But you don't need those, but the essentials pack you would need to give you the other tools.
Thank you very much for bringing along your Blizzard Force for us to unbox.
That's okay.
Thanks to everyone who's put up with our rambling and made it this far in the video. We greatly appreciate it. I'll put a link to my list via Top Table Admiral in the description below, along with all the other links you might need. Let us know what lists you might make from Blizzard Force. Is there anything in particular? You are looking forward to trying? Are there any combos you could suggest to other players that we may have missed? Let us know. I'll talk to you in the comments. Until next time, may the Force be with you.